All right, we got the worst piece of fiction, genuinely.
No hate to Degenerosity, but Rent-a-Girlfriend is not the worst piece of fiction. Not
What
even
is?
close. Chuichika no Rokunin makes other fictional stories like Rent-a-Girlfriend look like an Oscar award-winning series. This manga has got to be the most
What's up, Nozomi?
horrible, and unserious creation I've had the disservice of laying my eyes upon.
Is it that
The
bad?
reason I'm even making this video is because the profile picture I have on my YouTube channel is based on the main character of this manga. And when I was trying
I'm not
to
gonna hold you. I thought bro's profile picture was from what's it? It's like a sword anime or something like that. I thought it was that main character. The anime is getting an adaptation next year. It starts with a K, but that's good to know.
Explain to a friend
Something
the plot
Jika.
and story of it after not reading it in years. I was thinking that I actually sounded so ridiculous to the point that I was completely questioning what I was even talking about and why I even started reading this series at all. Because when you just hear this story described to you, it sounds so absurd. Like it makes zero sense at all.
What is
I
this
stopped
about?
reading it at some point because I just couldn't deal with how bad it was getting. But I found out not too long ago that the series had concluded with a total of 232 chapters of straight carnage.
That's a whole Harry Potter book.
Pleasure of rereading the whole manga start to finish, and bro, let me tell you, the story ain't get any better. In fact, it gets even worse. And for y'all to see for yourselves just what we're working with, here's a synopsis of the story in the first chapter. So this manga is about this guy Aruma Shun, and at 12 years old, he is getting ruthlessly bullied by his group of 5 kids in elementary school, with their leader being this psychotic ass boy named Shigoku.
Okay, I don't know if I just went to a super regular elementary school or something like that, but they was not on that. Like, even in terms of like just your regular bullying, right? Like getting stuffed in a locker or getting ran down for lunch money. Like, I feel like that's only TV type stuff. Like, bro, in my elementary school, like the worst that would happen is somebody would probably get just like, I don't know, blazed a little bit, but to me, bullying is like, I don't know, for me, it's mostly fiction because I have not seen it in real life for real.
Yo, and these aren't your typical
I know it does
elementary
happen.
school bullies. No. Not only does he get
Bullying like
physically
people.
beat up, this man was getting shot by BB guns,
Oh.
forced to drink some of the most disgusting concoctions ever created with fucking bugs in it.
Dirt
but he was
juice.
also getting this done to him. Dog, who's
At 12? Wait. What type, oh my goodness, I turned my light off. That's how like, huh? Bro was I want to say we can just skip past it, but bro. Okay, so 12 would technically be like middle school. But bro, what type of middle schooler is doing them type of That ain't even bullying, bro. That's not bullying. That's not bullying. Oh,
devilish ass.
I know what kind of show this gonna be.
And their leader,
Oh, it's 3:30 for you?
is by far the worst one out of all of them. I'm being so serious when I'm telling y'all this guy is the embodiment of Satan's greatest soldier. You know when you ask kids what they want to be in the future, they'd usually say something along the lines of they want to go to space, become a doctor, or nowadays they want to be a streamer or YouTuber and have aura like me and Marlon. This kid Shigoku, at the age of 12, said with a straight face and with full seriousness that he wanted to become the first murderer without a reason or motive. Son.
Where his parents at? His life goal is to become the first murderer without a reason or motive. What? I want to know what kind of home he grew up in, because gang, you're 12 years old. You should be worrying about, like, I don't know, 12-year-old shit like Legos and shit. On your career day, oh yeah, I want to be a murderer. Put me in a pen. Yeah, I see why this show does not have an anime adaptation. Literally, for why? I'm confused. I need a good reason. Even a good reason isn't gonna sway me.
Bullshit that them white kids be saying to motherfuckers before a school shooting happens, and the parents will be like, "Oh, we didn't see the signs," when their entire personality are them corny dark psychology videos on YouTube. And then these 4 dumbasses are just following him. Like, gang, never listen to this guy. What is wrong with y'all? But despite the fuckery that Ruma has to deal with at school, he still has some light in his life as he's got a good and loving family family with a younger brother that he deeply cares for.
what's up?
So he tries his best to put up this facade around his family that nothing is wrong and that he's doing just fine at school. But then one day, for absolutely no reason other than for the complete love of the game, the leader of the bullies planned and staged an entire car accident in which he ended up slamming out both of Ruma Shun's parents. And
For
then
what?
after the car crash happened, opened the door to the back seat of the car, and he beat Shun's 6-year-old brother with a rock he found on the ground, and then lit the car on fire, which placed Shun's brother in a coma for the unforeseeable future. So after
you telling me this not a fan fiction? What? What did he do to make him that mad? Wait, okay. What, the bully's name is Shigoku, right? I forgot the main character's name. He probably gonna say it again. But bro, you're mad at me because I have a loving family at home. My mom, dad, little brother that's 6 years old. We're 12. How do you even access our family car to manipulate a car crash that's fatal? And then, oh, you see, wait, hold on. You and your little brother survived? That's a nice looking rock over there. Let me just beat you with it. Putting this man in a coma. I know I'm a petty person, but I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. What?
This entire incident, Shin goes to
okay.
live with his grandpa in the mountains, which his grandpa so conveniently turned out to be a Japanese Secret Service soldier from a group
So
called
he
the
finna be an
Kitayama
assassin.
Corps during World War II. And because of his
bro, Truffles, he moving crazier than Vaughn right now. Like he's top 3. He's top 3.
He has knowledge on the most brutal ways you could kill and torture a person. And when Shun told his grandpa what happened, his grandpa was like, bet. Let me train you. So for a few years, he stayed with his
the worst
grandpa,
piece of
who
fiction,
trained this man
genuinely.
Shun, so that he could exact his revenge on his bullies for what he did to his parents and his brother in whatever way he wanted. And that's how the first chapter goes. Now, I'm not gonna lie.
That's chapter 1? That's only the first chapter. There's 231 more chapters of this. Dog. What is this called? Jika something? My
I was intrigued
lord.
by this beginning and I wanted to see where it went. But looking at it now, this shit was just a really stupidly dark and corny story about revenge. And I don't know how I didn't stop reading after like the first 30 chapters, because the way that the main character exacts his revenge on these bullies is through the most gruesome torture methods I've seen. If I were to go into detail how Shun tortured and killed some of these bullies, I think my video would deadass get demonetized right away. Also, I can't defend Aruma Shun's corny nature because this dude will not shut up about this goddamn revenge.
So is bro like another Aina Koji?
For a second, shut that shit up. After like 60 chapters or something, he ends up smoking the first 4 bullies with little to no effort. But the majority of the manga, unfortunately, ends up being a whole dragged out journey to kill the leader and the one who started everything. And I gotta spin back on
White YN.
because he's got
What's
to
good,
be
Master
the
G?
most evil and most insane manipulator I've ever seen. He makes people like Light Yagami seem like sunshine and rainbows. At least the Light thinks he's trying to do the right thing and trying to bring justice.
This is
Shigoku, on the
ridiculous.
other hand, is just harming you motherfuckers for absolutely.
And we're Aura Farm T-posing. Bro really just wants to be a villain for the fashion. No like purpose, no motive. Literally, Aruma did nothing to you, as far as we know. And you're telling me all that happened in chapter 1. So, okay. I don't know how the story goes, but I'm going to assume if the whole manga was 232 chapters, the rest of the 231 is probably just going to be this super roundabout story of, oh yeah, I got to knock off him. Because somehow this motherfucker from the age of 12 is he finna have better protection than the president. And, oh, we're so close to getting him, we can't get him. Kind of like the boys. Because the whole plot of the boys is to take Homelander off the map. So basically, Shigoku's Homelander. And they got to get through all these hoops just to get to him. And watch, it's not even finna be resolved to the last chapter.
no reason. The crimes this dude commits are so egregious and insane that hitting this man with multiple life sentences or even the death penalty don't even come close as punishment for what he does.
Death penalty ain't enough?
Series. You know it is an issue when a police inspector begs the main character to slime this man out.
Jesus!
Goku's entire personality is pain and death is fun, and he tortures for the love of the game, which at first glance is really disturbing, but also so unbelievably corny. Oh my god. This is who the people that say they punch metal lockers for fun think they are. Like, gang, we can't be serious right now. It doesn't help either that bro has some of the craziest plot armor I've seen too. He ends up starting an entire cult with so many individuals and enables them to do just the most wicked shit ever. But
why are they following him?
He somehow managed to get everyone in his hometown to get involved and join his cult, and that this motherfucker got away with it for years. How is the law enforcement this non-existent? How is bro moving like Prime Bond, taking over an entire town with a cult of more than 100,000 people in it and getting away with it?
Huh? How did this man brainwash an entire city? Hey, apparently he can't keep getting away with it, cause nah. I just want to know what his pitch is. Like, hey, bro, you want to join my cult? Like, what's his intro? Or does he just like threaten everyone? Like, if you don't join the cult, then we sliming your family, your entire bloodline. This man is different.
With all that being said, I completely understand the main character. This motherfucker is pure evil. I would not let this man slide at all. And some of these panels where shit is just going crazy are low-key valid. I would crash the fuck out too. But even though I found the art of his character pretty decent, that alone still does not excuse it for being one of the most ludicrous stories I've ever seen. Because when you just take a moment to just sit there and think realistically about it, what do you mean an elementary school kid in the 5th grade plotted to slime out someone's parents for absolutely no reason, which then caused another 12-year-old to train in the mountains and every single way to kill a person? This is the scenario that motherfuckers who wish they were someone like Ayana Koji wishes they were in. This shit just sounds so unbelievable.
Nuke the generation, bro. Nuke the generation.
I haven't even addressed the biggest elephant in the room. An extremely big issue that this manga has is that there's just so many scenes of someone getting SA'd, and it's so unnecessary and uncomfortable. It was one of the main reasons why I even dropped this series in the first place.
I don't know who the mangaka is, bro. All I want to say is, you're a freak. You're a freak. Okay. Yeah. Maybe some of these shows have that twisted stuff in there because of plot purposes or whatever they wanted to. But you're telling me there's multiple instances of both of these ungodly things. Bro. Nah, bro. Well, no, I don't like that. If you don't join the cult, you get fed in Arby's.
The author was
Arby's is wild. What's good, Joshua? How you doing, bro?
Having female characters getting SA'd the entire series, it would probably be 5 times better than it is.
I did not.
There's also actually negative character development from anybody.
Oh, it was stream elements.
Because every single seemingly important supporting character
I do it for the love of the game.
just ends up getting tortured or killed off. There was this one detective female character that they were hyping up.
We gotta look this up.
Skip. More on that later. And NPCs were straight glazing her in her introduction. Only for her to get bodied from a big ass hammer near the end for absolutely no reason. However, there's one thing I want to talk about before I start wrapping this video up. Let me talk about the chapters that completely made me lose all interest in wanting to continue this series in the first place.
Besides
After Aruma slammed out the 4th bully, this man Shigoku shows up at his brother's hospital room, casually talking to him. Now look, I don't know about y'all.
Oh, so the little brother survived. Okay.
If I knew someone as dangerous as Shigoku knew where my brother was in the hospital,
get him in custody, like protective custody,
out of the country and making sure they cannot find them. That should have been his first instinct. But no, this brain dead ass main character lets his brother get kidnapped, causing the first showdown between Aruma and Shigoku. And throughout this entire encounter, Aruma Shun put up the most Tony Snell performance I've ever seen. There was a point when Shun's grandfather showed up, and I thought they were going to put belt.
Okay, so he should be OP, because you know old dudes in anime is OP as fuck. If you got gray hair, you OP. And allegedly he was like some sort of super soldier that trained him, so they should beat his ass, right? A mix of NTR and murder, man, straight up. Won't let him get a word out, man.
on everyone in the room after
They should be
rescuing
moving
his
crazy.
brother from Shigoku's hand. But then Shun just allows this man Shigoku to steal his brother right back from him. Shigoku then has one of his members of his cult
Are you
try to
dumb?
chainsaw the little brother to death. So then the grandpa sacrifices his life to save him, which ended up being in vain anyway, because right after, Aruma sees Shigoku kill his brother right in front of him. Bro, I have such an issue with this sequence of events, because this man Shun deadass lost everything important to him. I know some of y'all freaks in the
And the grandpa was supposed to be cold.
because this man Shun deadass lost
The grandpa
everything.
was supposed to be cold. And you telling me you got one tapped by okay, it's a chainsaw given. But you couldn't have dolphin dived and grabbed your grandson and just got out of there?
Important to him. I
Yeah,
know
this is
some of y'all
buns.
freaks in
This
the
is
comments
buns.
gonna be like, but Ninjuno, he was pulling every female in the entire series. He bags all the baddies. Twin, no amount of poom poom is gonna fix the fact that his entire family is dead. The one time you get to see what his grandpa is made of, since he's the one who taught the main character everything
Right.
he knows, he immediately gets killed off along with his brother, who just got out of a coma, by the way.
That's crazy,
That's
look.
horrible writing. And
Boo
at
boo.
the end of this encounter, Shigoku gets away, and Aruma ends up getting framed for the murders that happened. And then there's an entire time skip after he goes to prison for a few years, and he somehow developed amnesia. And that's the point where I stopped reading when I first read through it, because if there's more to the story, it's going.
Huh? How do you develop amnesia after seeing your... I'm getting rage baited, chap. I'm getting rage baited. I am getting rage baited. I don't know who wrote this manga, and I don't even really know the name of the show. I know it's like Jika something. But I'm glad I don't. Because I'm getting rage baited. What do you mean? After seeing your gramps, both of your parents and your little brother get slimed out in front of you, I guess the mental trauma was just too much. And not only that, he got framed for a kill. Yeah, this manga's rage bait. This manga is literally rage bait, some BS. Yo, what's good, Sammy?
Being more torture and SA scenes, and I didn't want to deal with all that. But due to the series ending, I was curious to see how it played out from there. And it's what I expected. Motherfuckers were getting tortured, SA'd for absolutely no reason. But most importantly, the thing that I did not see coming at all. You're telling me that these motherfuckers Shun and Shigoku used to be friends before all this?
How?
This has gotta be the worst
What, like
written
kindergarten?
plot twist I think I've ever seen. It deadass went like this. Yo, you know we used to be homeboys for real, right? Here's the pictures to prove it. On everything I love, on my dead family, on my shorty you killed in front of me, that's AI. Yo, gang, if you don't believe me, then just
Sora.
put this shit on real quick. Oh yeah, I remember everything. He telling the truth. Gang, what is this? There was literally zero indication the entire series that these two had any history before he was bullied.
Wait. The fuck is he mad at me for? What, did I steal your spot at nap time or something? Like, what did I do in early elementary school to make you this upset at me? For you to torture me my entire... You know what? Logic, this is logic. Throwing it out the window, bro. Throwing it out the window, because dog. Literally caught a stray for something bro probably did in first grade, and he don't even remember.
None at all. That has got to be the dumbest shit I've ever read. In conclusion,
Is that the end?
genuinely never read this manga. It is the biggest waste of time. The author got a unique art style, but please never cook with the writing again.
Buns. Hey, successful video because they for sure rage baited me, but buns.